Okay. I have my iPhone right over here, taking like a time lapse, and like it's super precarious, but like whatever. Um, I am recording off of my iPad, so I guess like I just want a chance to. I want. I wanted a chance to like sit and like document how I'm feeling about life and turning 25 and just like where I think my life is headed from here. And it's actually kind of cold. It's always cold around my birthday. But I think it's like one of the most consistent things I've ever done is just like talk on my birthday and see like how I'm feeling and just express myself when I don't know exactly what's going on. So I guess this like past year, I'm really happy with myself. I did quite a lot that I'm proud of, especially when it comes to like Creators NYC and like meeting people and meeting the right people. I think that this year I've had a lot of like things that have just like been becoming like a stronger feeling than it was before. Like I feel like I want to become a better educated person a lot more than I've ever felt. I've always felt pretty confident, but like I think I've had a lot of moments in this year that I felt like I was the least educated person on like a certain subject or like in the job that we were doing in the room, and that is a terrible feeling. I feel so small for being somebody that doesn't quite understand exactly what I need to do. So I think like that's a really good thing to realize, I think, because then I can work on that and I can grow from it and see where that takes me. And I really think that that's like a really important realization for me, is just education. But that's not like everything, but like that's like the first thing that comes to mind is like I've had like a lot of moments where it's just been like I feel like I could have taught myself better. I feel like I could have learned more, prepared better before taking on a certain job, before saying yes to some opportunities. And like, yes, I mean, the only way to learn what to do is like by making mistakes, by having these opportunities to teach you what you're missing. And like, I learn from my mistakes. That's the only way that I move forward, is I do something and like I figure out what I need to do better. So when it comes to content creation and like what I'm doing here in the city, I think for me, I need to learn how to be a better freelancer before I take another freelancing job. I think that my self-management needs to be tighter, and I think I also just need to, I don't know, I have some things that I want to work on, and they're not like super clear things, and yeah, I could take another job and be perfectly fine at it, but like I just want to become the type of person that I would hire, and right now I don't feel like I'm the type of person I would hire, and that's a terrible feeling. And it's just because I feel like I could be better at a few different tasks that I'm just not that great at right now. So odd feeling, just documenting that. It's not like that's me forever. It's not like if somebody is watching this, like that is a potential hire, or like somebody that's looking to work with me, like it's not like I suck. And that's not the truth. It's more just like maybe it makes me more of the person that someone would want to hire, because I'm realizing these mistakes and I'm working on them, so then I become an even better person to hire. So And that's not the point of this. It's just like, I guess that's precaution in case somebody is watching this that might want to hire. I am so nervous about this camera, but I'm gonna love this time lapse. I don't even know if that's in frame. Yeah. Oh man. Maybe next time I do this, I take notes. But I think what's really cool about me recently, last 6 months or so, I've been journaling offline. I think ever since I was 18, I've always not even 18, probably 14, I've documented my entire life. I think since I've been 14, I've been documenting my life online. You could go back to any of my previous channels, any of my like online presences, and see like a detailed thing on the things I'm working through and the things I'm doing and working on and the person I am. And I think this past year has been like the first time that I'm like, I don't really want to do that because I've started getting embarrassed by it. I've started getting embarrassed by putting myself out there, the things that I'm working on, and like the older I'm getting, the more I'm like, why would I ever put that stuff out there? It doesn't make me look like a professional and stuff, but like I know that a past version of myself would be like, it makes you, it's really just who you are, and it keeps you safe. Because I always believed that as long as I'm putting my true self out there all the time, then there's never going to be a moment where I'm scared to do something. Because I would be a perfect image of who I am and what somebody else could expect. I think I'm worried about that because I've had some of the stuff that I've been working on since I've been 18, since I've been a full-grown adult, are still problems that I work through. And like, I don't know, I really haven't like, this is a really personal video, okay? So like, before you watch any further, just realize like, this is something I'm disclosing to a group of people that I trust. And if you are somebody that is gonna like, I don't know, this is for people I trust, and I'm being so open and clear with myself and my feelings that I just don't want it to alter the way somebody feels about me. And that's a problem that I'm working through right now. I mean, I'm thinking too much about what other people think, but I don't want to share that I'm working on the same issues that I've been working on since I figured out I had issues. Like, I feel like I'm just getting good at time management, and that sucks. Like, it took me 5 years. That's a long time to like figure out that I'm the asshole for being late. I'm the asshole for not doing things like on time. And also just figuring out that like I'm really the only one that can get me to where I want to go. I think so romantically about like having somebody be a partner in like a business, somebody be like a helping hand, like somebody to pass on their judgment, to be a part of building something that like, I love that idea. I grew up with 5 siblings. We always did everything together. I had best friends that we would hang out every single day and do projects together. So when it comes to being in New York City and working on big projects for myself, like Creators NYC, and being a freelancer, I always expect, and I've been sitting here waiting for not a stupid reason, but I've been waiting for like someone else to like be here and like help me build what I want to build. And what I've got to realize is nobody's going to help me do that. And only until I start building, nobody's going to give a shit. So I don't know what I'm waiting for. And like the funniest thing is I have the tattoo that says don't wait. And like I sit here waiting on these different things, and like I always come back to it and I'm like, I just gotta like, I don't know. I think it's because part of me is a super patient person in some respects. But like as soon as I realize that like really it's only me that can make these things happen, then I'm so upset because I have a tattoo to remind myself, and I have like the ability to do these things. I just need to give myself the credit to do it. Like, man, there's this like idea I have for Creators NYC where I just I become like that, like the host, the figure to like be there and like be like, today we're challenging 4 artists to do the same thing, and like just host this whole YouTube channel. And like I just can't bring myself to do it because I feel like that's not me. But it totally is. It totally is. I know that as soon as I step it, like, look how I brightened up as soon as I said it. Like, it's totally me. But I'm just like, it's this wall of like imposter syndrome right now that I'm like, I don't deserve that. I don't deserve this. I suck. Like, why would I trust myself with that? And that's where I'm like falling into this educational barrier. That's where I'm falling into this like behavioral barrier that I'm really upset at and I hate. I really don't like where I'm at with that. And I don't think that that's hidden. I don't think it's a secret that I think other people can tell that I don't trust myself. And until I start trusting myself, nobody's going to trust me. This is kind of therapeutic, honestly, but I think that my 24th year of life, I've learned a lot more in this year than I've ever learned about myself. I know my boundaries now. I know how much I'm willing to give and how much like I'm willing to take. And I really want to change those like the boundaries that I have. And I really want to just go beyond them. Like, I hate that I have to like give myself a reason to wake up or get out of bed in the morning. And I do that. I like sit in bed until I figure out a good enough reason to get up. Like if I wake up at 5:30 and like I plan, like I told myself I'm gonna get out and do a run. Like I have been doing this lately. It's like I have to give myself a reason. I told myself I was gonna lose a pound every week for the next year. Why do I fucking care? If I fail at that, that's me. That feels bad about it. And you know what? You know what sucks? I don't even value myself enough to even give a shit about it anymore. I have to tell myself something else. I told my boyfriend I'm going to lose a pound a week for the next year. What is he going to think if I don't? He'll think I'm a failure. He probably won't want to be with me anymore. And it's not true. My boyfriend loves me, and he probably would not leave me if I failed at one thing. But like, it's just the idea of having that failure build into something else. That can get me out of bed. I'll roll out of bed for that, and I'll do the run, and I'll come back, and I'll feel so much better about everything. But like, that's just an example. It goes to like, who am I disappointing if I don't show up to Creators NYC on Saturday in the morning? Who am I disappointing if I don't go to this meeting? Who am I disappointing if I don't go across town for this one little thing to pick up something from somebody or drop something off to somebody? What am I saying about myself, and who am I telling that to? And that's what can get me out of bed, and I hate it. I hate that I have to, basically every morning is spent turning off the alarm and sitting there with my eyes closed in bed going, why should I get up today? Why should I do something today? And it's sad. But I know that there is a point where I'm going to get past it. At least I hope there's a point where I get past it. Because like, if this is me for the next 5 years, I don't know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be sad if I have to keep doing that. But I really hope that I achieve some goals that make me feel more confident. It doesn't have to make me feel successful. I know that success is a metric that just keeps moving forward. As soon as you hit those goals, the next one's up. And like you just keep moving forward with like what you want to achieve. And there's never really a moment where like you just completely stop. And I guess like that's something that I feel like I know. Like I feel like I know that there's never an end to achieving stuff. I don't know why I have my AirPods in. I feel like through the people that I've been told, the people that have inspired me, that there's never an end to this feeling of wanting to achieve. And I think that like gives me a bit of dread. Like, is it worth working so hard to build something to not even feel good at the end of building it? Like to always feel like there's another step that I could have taken, that I can bring this to. Is it worth all this work? Like, put it in YouTuber metrics. Like, if somebody gets 1 million subscribers, they're looking at 10 million next. It's not like you hit 1 million and you go, wow, I'm done. There's no done. You have to keep filming videos. You have to keep putting stuff out there for that audience. There's no done. There's just the next metric. And like really that's everything. That's money. That's everything. When you're in a numbers game of like popularity, when you're in a numbers game of like sales, when you're in a numbers game of income, when you're in a numbers game of anything, there's always another number. Numbers go bigger and bigger and bigger. And like, I want to not care, but I know I have to care to move it forward. And to build things that I want to see exist. But it's not like, I don't know. Isn't that dreadful? Isn't that a dreadful thought? What's the point? And then I think like, wow, life can be a lot easier. I could move back to Michigan. I could get a regular job. I could work a 9-to-5, earn an income that sustains me. I could have like friends and game nights and like live close to my mom and live close to like my family, see them often. That sounds very relaxing. Sure, there's going to be other stresses that pop up, but like I'm never going to be sitting there thinking, what could I be doing to like actually build what I want to build? And if I didn't do something one day, then I wouldn't feel bad about it. It would just be like, oh, that was the day off and I go back to work tomorrow. Like time keeps moving on. But right now I just feel like there's a clock against me. There's competition. There's so much happening that like it's overwhelming. Like I can thrive in this, but I realize that it's hard. I think that's important, to just realize that something's hard. I'm gonna turn things around a little bit. I'm really proud of myself. I'm proud of what I've done, and I kind of want to talk about that for a little bit. When I was 18, I set a goal for myself. By 25, I want to live in a big city. I said a big city because I didn't think New York City was an option for me, but I'm here. I live in a big city. I said by 25, I want to make sure that I've experienced different relationships. That means like I was curious. I wanted to date a guy. I wanted to date a girl. I wanted to see what both those paths led to. And I'm really happy I did, because I found somebody I really love. So I'm in a relationship that I love being in. I wanted to experience like jobs, and I wanted to find a crowd of people that understood me and understood what I wanted, and also were working so hard to build their own thing. And I have that here. And I actually created the community that's here for that. And that's Creators NYC. And I'm so proud of that. Basically, everything that I set out for myself by 25, I've achieved or gone beyond. And I can't give myself enough credit for doing that, because honestly, every single, well, except for like getting a million subscribers on YouTube, that was one of them. But like, I can't expect that. I think it was 100,000 subscribers, and I got 100,000 followers on TikTok. So that felt like achieving that goal. But like, I feel like I achieved everything that I wanted by the time I was 25. Like, I'm not even 25 yet. Technically, it's in a few days, but like, I'm super proud of myself for that. Now I gotta set goals by 30. And I'm like, holy shit. Another 5 years. I know how long that is, and I know it's only gonna feel quicker. So how am I gonna spend this next 5 years to get me to that next stage where when I'm sitting and making this video when I'm 30, I'm devastated at my position again. And you know what? Like, I haven't really put much thought into it, but I know that by the time I'm 30, I would love Creators NYC to have figured itself out. Whether it dissolves and I move on to something bigger, or whether Creators NYC becomes a more established creative union where it's like a place that thrives with creativity, and a place that is like the hub for creatives. Like, I would love to see that in 5 years. And I think it's completely possible. There's no doubt in my mind that that's possible. So like, to put it beyond that, I want a location. I want to establish like a location in the city that Creators NYC is at. And maybe even have like a lease there where we own that location. I want to be a more self-established creative. So that means I want to make a living off of my own work. I want to become a better boss for myself. I want to become a better educated person in general. But like whether that's a channel for Creators NYC or whether that's a channel for myself, like I want to become more established, and I want to become somebody that I want it to make sense for me. And I just feel like I'm on the right path with that already. And you know what worries me about that is like there's so many people becoming creatives and so many new rules and laws and like things being set up around it that like only the people that really follow that and are really well educated with that are going to survive. And that's something I realize right now. So as that person that realizes this, hopefully I can stay as a creative on social media, because I only feel like there are going to be more regulations, laws, and like rules set out for people like me. Moving into a digital age, there's so much to expect. There's so much to be excited for. But by the time I'm 30, I really want to be healthy. That might be one of the only goals that I didn't really complete. Is like I was like, I want to pack abs or something like that. And like that was like more of like a joke goal, but like now I'm serious. I'm like, I want to be excellent at running. I used to be, and I want to get back to that. I want to be somebody that has a lot of energy, just an abundant energy. You know, in this video, it took me a while to get that energy back up because I had to talk about something that I actually kind of cared about. And I just want to be a super reliable person that expectations are always exceeded. And that's a huge one, but like that's more like a feeling once we get there, not like a goal that I can set for myself. But I'll be at 1 million subscribers by the time I'm 30 or beyond. But I'll be at 1 million. There's no doubt in my mind on that. Coming to 25, like 100,000 was like, that'll be cool. But like, there's no doubt in my mind that over the next 5 years, I'm going to be over 1 million subscribers or way, way above that. Numbers are only getting bigger on social media. 1 million subscribers has never been easier to achieve, and that's only going to get easier. So, no doubt in my mind. But most of my things are centered around New York City and staying here. That's something to be excited about. I have feelings of wanting to go back to like Michigan, but I'm sticking here. Because like I can always go back home. It's such an easy life. But while I'm young, I'm here. I'm going to think about the goals that I want to set for my 30s. And like that is exciting for me now. I mean, the past few days I've really not felt much motivation for anything. And I think that's because the goals that I did set for myself are kind of completed. So setting some new goals for the next 5 years, setting those goals and like feeling excited to achieve them, even if they feel wild, like that's going to be really cool. So there's a few of them. This is kind of my talk. I bet this time lapse looks fantastic. This is a time lapse of me and your time together in this video. But like, yeah, the next 5 years are going to be an emotional, internal journey of educating myself, learning more about the things that I want to build, and just becoming somebody that is completely capable of anything that I'm going for at any moment. I think about often something my English teacher in high school said to me when I missed one of the practice speeches to like speak in front of my entire class at graduation. And I missed that practice speech, and he told me that you are the opportunities that you take, the opportunities that you do not take. And when you tie that into luck is just being prepared for an opportunity. And I just want to be prepared to take on anything that comes within the next 5 years. So yeah, I'm gonna stop this time lapse, but it might be one of the prettiest time lapses I've ever taken in the city. Thanks for watching. It's been a while since I've made a video like this, and next 5 years are gonna be crazy. Yeah. Oh wait.